welcome back. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I did it was very windy and very much rain, but for the rest I had a very good weekend and I could do plenty because of the weather inside the house. Alright, so for the next I am deciding how to continuing with the decoration, and I want to start first with this one because I want the bottom is a little dark right now, so I want to have some light on this one. So I'm going to start with this to cover up the edges, and I like to use this piece of paper. So grab your pencil or your ruler if you like that better. So the first thing that I like to do is eyeball this with the pencil mark, which I love to use that first. And you can measure this if you like, so the rest of the cuts are then pretty much the same. So I am gonna do that, or I just go cutting everything the same method that I just did, but I think this will do. Alright, okay, this fits perfectly because of the 21 centimeters that we did making the box. Alright, glue this on. Go. Now my chica wanted to go upstairs with me, and I warned her if it's up then it stays up, and now she is spinning a little rounds. That means that she wants to go down or outside, but I am not going to pay any attention to that. Let me just check it out. If you're not gonna pee, because I don't want that my dog is going to be acting like a princess, that she always get what she wants. Alright, so let me test that out. Okay, let's first go to the back. Yeah, fits perfectly, but for this one I think I can just cut a little millimeter off. Alright guys, so how was your weather this weekend? We had a pretty 3-day long stormy weather, but we are fine. My friend's house, they had a wooden, I call it wooden fence or something like that, and that one really came down. So, but we did not have any trouble with the storm, only that lots and lots of things were in the air, but not particularly damaging anything. So we were lucky. And by the way, the new system that my neighbor's wood factory has worked perfectly. So it was the first time that I could check that out, because yeah, you know already that my neighbor has a wood supply thing. I have no idea how you call that, but the tin pieces of wood are always flying around when this kind of weather pops up, and that means that sometimes those wooden pieces flying against my house, and not always that will make some damaging to my house, but I guess 2 years back there were those big planks. Oh, I have no idea. Those big white, no, that's not white, that big wooden thin layers of, how you call those, planks? Well, no, it's not a plank. I call it, yeah, in Dutch it's a planke. I have no idea, but those wooden pieces that was flying around over my rooftop, so it really damaged my rooftop. And after the storm in 2016, we had just a new roof, so I was really upset that those wood was ruining my new roof. So yeah, after that my neighbor installed a new system so that would not happen again. And this weekend was the first time that we could test it out. So I was pretty much watching that system, not constantly, but sometimes when I was walking by my window, when I see that, I was just looking at it when the wind was really hard. And they did not move. Well, they did move, but not towards me. So they moved in that system, so that is perfectly fine. It's a nice sturdy metal system that they bought and installed, I think last year. Yes, last year they installed that. So yeah, big thumbs up for my neighbor that he was doing that to give me less headache. Alright guys, so this turns up like this. Yeah, I like it. Nice light, so that really pops up. Okay, now I want to go back with some darker one. What do you think if we do this again? What do you say that it comes back? I really love that one. Or we also can use the dots, but I think I will like this coming back to the front. What do you say? Let's do that. Alright, so I'm gonna grab this piece. I hope I can manage that. Yes, we can. We can do that. Alright, so what is the perfect thing to do? Can we just cut this, or shall I cut this right away so I have this piece left? Because otherwise, if I cut this fully, I still have these small pieces left, but it's no use, that small piece. So perhaps it will be a good idea to cut this in this length first. What do you say? I think that's a good idea. If not, then that's my mistake then. Okay, so now I have this piece left. By the way, I just keep all the little bits and pieces somewhere. Okay, let's cut this on the mark, and that leaves, I'm just gonna watch where that mark is so the next one can be the same. Last one. Then I am completely ready. Okay, I need to lean a little forward to see the last one. So I'm straight. Am I straight? I don't know if I'm straight. Fingers crossed that I am straight. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Alright. So what did I do for the rest of the weekend? I'm just gonna leave the empty spots for decorating. Just a little on what is happening. Yeah, but okay, so we had pretty bad weather. The Saturday morning I spent with cleaning my bathroom, toilets and everything. Little bit of the kitchen, just normal housewife stuff, not particularly chit chat. Perfect to chit chat with. The afternoon I was really nice doing the housekeeping thing because of the bad weather, so we could not go anywhere. But then we got some company, and yeah, nice that we had some visitors, but they stayed till dinner time. So okay, that's not bad because of the bad weather, but oh, I was so in the mood for doing so much, and then okay, then you get company that sits really long, but no complaining, you know me, and I can't sit still, so oh, terrible, hate it, but I love them. Okay then, can you relate that to that? Okay, so you love having company, you really do, you love those persons, but I just can't sit still, especially when I was planning so much to do. Yes, that's me. I am terrible. I know. But yeah, that's really a tick of mine. I just can't sit still. Later that night, okay, so we had our dinner. We went out grocery shopping because we always do that at Saturday night at 7 o'clock in the evening, because then there is nobody in the store, and oh my gosh, I love that. So we always go together, and yeah, that's because of my hubby, so he can lift the heavy groceries for me. Love it. Since I had that bad time for my back, he always goes shopping with me, with grocery, not the other shopping thing, but the groceries. Every week he does that together with me, just for lifting the heavy bottles and heavy things. All right, so yeah, very nice. Not that I can't lift them, but I'm not gonna mention that. He is really helping me with that, so I'm just letting him think that I could not lift them. Alright, that's a little confession here to make, but okay, that's perfectly fine. Give the man a little excuse to help a lady. Alright. For the rest, that evening, oh yeah, I did promise my girl, because my daughter, had cleaned her room, and I promised her to do her clothes cabinet, how you call that? I think it's the right word, but I'm not sure, but that, you know what I mean. And I promised her that, so we did that after the grocery stuff, put in the cabinets and everything. And then it went till 9:30 that we were finished, and oh my gosh, she threw away, well, because normally she would hold on so long to clothes that I was saying, you don't even wear that any longer, so throw it away, please. Oh my gosh, I love this. Love it. Yeah, cool. Love the light one and this one, so you really see that there is a compartment. Cool. Alright, so the side is ready, the back is ready. Now we only have to do one little piece, And that is the secret storage. That's this one, because on the outside you will see, oh my gosh, I'm talking, the outside. Yeah, the outside, you think that this is one big storage piece, and this one is. But at the front you will see there are drawers, and then you see this one. But what is this? So you don't think that that is a storage piece. So what shall we do to keep that little secret? What can we do? Well, actually, it would be perfect if I... Wait just a second. Let me put this away. Put this away. So what I was trying to say, it would be very, very nice if we put this line further and then this one, so it will be looking alike. But I don't know, is that odd to do, or do you think, yes, that will be nice? I don't know, because the album we are not going to do that same trick. So, alright guys, help me out. What is your vision? Now I think that we just can, oh, but I really like that idea to do that with this one. To make it go all the way around. Yep, I think I'm gonna do that. I love doing that. So I am gonna do that. Yep, that was a 1 inch, no, half inch strip. So that is what I'm gonna do, because I love it. Chica, you can spin rounds as many as you like, but I don't go downstairs, not in just soon of a second. Nope. Nee. I bet she needs to go out. But if I'm gonna... Okay, shall I take the risk that she's gonna need to pee in my classroom? I don't want it. And she is spinning around quite a lot, so I think it's better. Yeah, she even cry now, so I think I just let her out for a sec and then just leave her downstairs with Chevy. Do you need to pee? Moet je plassen? Moet je plassen? Zit je buiten? Dan kom je niet meer omhoog, hè? Nee, dan kom je niet meer omhoog, dan blijf je beneden. Oké? Okay, let me do that for just a sec. Alright. Oh yeah, I really love this. Definitely I'm gonna make a little strip of that. I hope I have that still somewhere. Oh, this is too short. I hope. No, I don't think that I have. Oh yeah, of course I have a second page. But I will be back in just a second. Alright guys. Alright, so what I was planning is to let this come back. And of course you can use any papers you like. Use your imagination. See if I need to cut this just a little tiny bit. Okay. What was I talking about? Yeah, the clothes cabinets. And that we throw so many things away. Well, not we throw it not away, we donated it to my friend's sister, because she has a daughter that's 14 years old, and while my daughter is 19, but she is pretty small, small, so small. So she was still wearing XS and S size, but 19, yeah, the curves are beginning. So she's starting on a little M right now. So a girl of 14 has, I think, the same size. Alright. Cool. What do you think? I can't say that enough. Okay, so for the album, of course, we're gonna do something else. That is not what we're gonna do the same thing with, but for now, yeah, I think I like it. I hope it's not too dark, but I do like it a lot, actually. Alright, so it's time. Yeah, it's time to do the hinges on, because yeah, of course the top we can still do. I don't know exactly which one I want for the top, but I definitely want perhaps something that I don't know, shall we do this? No, I'm not gonna do this on top, but perhaps something like this nice piece or this big piece we can do, but I don't know exactly what I want for the top for, so I'll leave it right now, because we are going to put the metal on. So the inside of these ones, I am not going to do that, because otherwise you can't cover up all those brads that we're going to stick in here. So everything is in black and the drawers are ready. In black inside, I leave them black inside for now. Yeah, alright, so let's grab the hinges and start with the first one. Oh my gosh, I'm super excited. Haha, I think this is not easy. So I'm gonna put these out so I can pull this also out, so I can put this nicely sturdy flat to make the hinges. Alright, just grab the hinges, guys, grab it. Okay guys, take your time for this. Grab a piece of coffee, cup of coffee, of tea or anything. Put some music on the back and just make sure that you're gonna do this the right way. What is the right way? I have no clue, guys. I have no clue. I think I like these, let's say 1 inch apart or something like that. No, further, 1.5. So I'm gonna make a little mark at 1.5. Same on here. That's just to see that these are a bit the same from each other. Alright, so now if this is equal, and here is my mark where I'm going to put that last piece on, and then this is nicely in the middle. I think it is. Then I'm just gonna poke my first little hole. Here we go. That's the first one. Yeah. These little boards are perfectly, but sometimes those little legs are just a little off. So, alright guys, that's the first one. I do have a little tool for that, so why I just not use that? Why not use it? Okay, guys. Now the next little board can go in there too. Nope. First, of course, you need to poke a little hole. Here we go. Okay, guys. That's the first one. Pretty much straight. Okay, let's go to the other one. Let's go to the other one. Here we go. Grab a board. Turn it over. And I do like that those little legs are horizontal, so you don't have to deal with those little legs popping out the edge. Okay, next one. Here we go. Put another board inside. Yes. Alright, now comes the attachment. Okay. Everything straight and alright, now this one is a little bit tricky. I even want these little legs also to point horizontal. There we go. Next one, you still can watch if you still are good. Here we go. Oops, and the legs are already nicely horizontal. Perfect. Alright, that's pretty nice. Let's go to the other side. Yay. me just do step by step. Not want it too quickly. Just take your time to do this. And the last one. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, guys. Yeah, the first one is on. Yeah, cool. Love it. So cool. Perfect. Yep. Let's grab the next one. Before we go to the front. Because now we can lay this nicely flat. So again, I am gonna make a little mark at 1.5 right here, 1.5 right there. Let's grab the first hinge. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I am so always thrilled to do these. I love this. It's so cool to do, to make a cabinet. Just, yeah, I love put these on in the living room on my desk, because you can put little stuff in here. It's so cool. Where's my other hinge? Thought I had 4 already. Where is it? I had 4. I know I had. Where is it? Did you see it? Where is it? Oh my gosh, why am I always losing things? Why? Oh my gosh, it's already raining again. Okay, so I have no idea where the other one is, but I'm just gonna grab. Is it on the floor? Yep, it's on the floor. Yeah. It was on the floor, guys. It was. Yeah. Okay. Here we go for the next one. Here we go. this is ready, well, for now, and I'm gonna attach the lid. Perfect. Okay, so all those little pieces are pointing horizontal, so they are not in the way or anything. Now comes to this part. Make sure you are straight. Now, oh yeah, this one is a little tricky to do because now you have to lift this up instead of, okay guys, so how can we do this? Well, with a lot of patience, as you can see. Okay, hold this with your finger. Okay, let's see how I can do this. I'm just gonna squeeze it with my finger. You are not gonna see this because otherwise I just can't do it. Just hold your finger on the back as tight as you can be. Okay, that's one. Okay, again, squeeze it with your finger, open it up, and there we go. Yeah, cool. Now the last one should be not that difficult, but still hold it in the perfect spot. How can I make I'm gonna try to do two at once. Hope I can do that. Okay, hold your finger on the first one. It's a little dark inside here, but then push in the other finger on the other one. Squeeze this nicely in the papers. Phew! Alright! Done! Oh my gosh! Yeah. So now we have the first and the next. Oh my gosh, I love it. So cool. Alright, so let's go to the next for the closures. Okay. Okay, so let's grab this one. Now, I'm still struggling with size because this is a little larger than, for example, this one. So I'm still a little struggling which one. I think I'm going to use the bigger one for the top because that's a bigger box, and the small one for down here. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. Not sure. But alright, so let's just start first with, again, a little measuring how far we want it. So again, I'm gonna put these 1.5 away from each other. Well, from the edge, of course. Alright, so I'm gonna start with this one first. So I'm gonna put this, nope, I am gonna put these in so you know exactly how far these two are from each other. Alright, so that is important. Alright, so you can see that I need to check it out. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much correct that this is on the right spot. Right here. That's the first one. Okay, so for the next part I do have these small ones, but I don't know if these are fitting nicely. So I'm just going to check that out, and otherwise I'm going to check if there is another board that I can use that fits better. But you also can add some glue right here on this metal piece to give it a little extra strength. But let me just check it out. Yeah, well, they are small, but I think if you glue these down, then it will hold. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, because these are longer, but if you're gonna ask why I am not using larger boards, if I use this large board, then this will not go nicely above it. So that is actually the only reason. These are a little flatter. See that? That's the difference. But they are short, I know. But I am going to use some glue. Which glue? I think I'm going to use this one, which I can use for everything. You can use anything. You can use... Can you also use this one? I don't know. Fabric, lace, glass, leather, wood and twins. Well, there is not metal on it. Perhaps you can use the arc glitter glue, I don't know. But I don't know. I think I'm just going to use this one. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue right here. Okay, just trying things out, guys. I am just trying things out for you. Yep. I think there's nothing in the way to do that. to dry. Okay, now let's see. Grab your bread. Again, I'm gonna put those legs horizontal. Push the legs as tight as you can, and then that is perfect. Okay, now I add the glue on. I think, can I put the bread on already on the other side? I think I can, so it will hold right away nicely. Push your finger on it, just squeeze it. Yes, alright, that is that. Alright, and the glue will hold it too, of course. Alright, so now I'm gonna first make the other one exactly the same. Also with some glue. Now with this one I see that this is not that much equal with this one. The other one was. I don't know why that this one is not, but this one is not. So I don't know. But perhaps then it is a good idea to put something in between. Just, I think, a little piece of something. Here it is. Then you try things out. It's all about testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2. A little pincette right here. Oops. Now I'm squeezing already. Here, yeah. Like I said, just take your time. Did I already punch the hole? Nope, why not? Why did I not punch the hole right away? Well, I think I like to let this dry first. See, because now, yep, I have it a little equal, as you can see right here. I think if you see these in your hands, then you know what I mean. I bet you know what I mean. Alright, so I'm gonna hope that this is not falling off. Not had any glue on just yet, but I'm gonna do that. It already sticks on here. Actually, I do hate these little tubes because there is always something coming off where you don't want it. Okay, board. Where is the board that I want to use? Here it is. Yes, okay. Let me see how I can. Yeah, it's always a little tricky to do these closures. But when it's on, it's on. Okay. So let's put that other hole in here. Not punching your finger. Here we go, here we go. Hold your finger. Look that the board is pointing horizontal. Yep, that's my pin set. I believe something is falling. What was it? Yeah, my pin set. Okay. And this one is pretty loose and this one is a little stiff, but that's okay. They both are doing the job. Cool. Okay guys, next step is these ones, and these ones, just gonna look if we can add some glue on here too. And I remember that I did earlier, so I'm just gonna cut a small piece of chipboard. And this piece of chipboard needs to go right here till these openings. Not put something in here guys, because your little piece needs to go under. So that's why I am a little measuring. And it's definitely not going anywhere. So this I am gonna put in here, just like that. That is what I'm gonna do. Again, with my lovely Can I not just put this right here? Don't fall down, please. Okay, guys, so let me put this. Make sure that your glue is not spreading around everywhere. Otherwise, your little piece are not able to go under that. Alright, so one piece is not enough. So I'm gonna add another piece on that. As I told you, you need to take your time for that. Yep. See, now it's pretty much equal, so this will hold now better. So I'm gonna let this dry for just a second, so I can do this one already. Did I mention that this takes time? Yes, it does. It does, it does, it does, but okay, only at the ends with this one. Here we go, and then yes, okay, let this dry also. Cool. Okay, so now we come to this part. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that I have already a good board. I know these boards are not always perfect shape, but at least they are boards. Okay, these four I like. Alright guys, the moment of truth. First I'm gonna watch where this is gonna need it. So you put that little hook inside, and then if you think that it's the perfect spot, then you can poke a hole in, put the glue on, such a nice piece. Best time is to buy a little tube instead of a big one, but it was on sale a few months ago, so that's why I have a big one. Alright, let's open this up. Now this one is tiny. It is real tiny. I cannot even see the other one. I'm sorry if my head is in the way, but I need to get in here. Okay. Now I can poke the other hole. I wish they made flatter boards, but then with longer legs, but this can do. That's why I use the glue also, so it's double attached. Okay guys, moment of truth. That's one. Alright. Cool. Now the next one would be not that difficult, I hope. Alright, so again, first you're just gonna close this down till it's on the right spot. Hold it down and punch a hole. Here we go. Put some glue on. What the struggles. Sometimes you really need a glass to see how those legs are pointing, but I don't see the other one. Do I now have two legs or one? Oh my gosh, I don't see it. There we go. Now, let's poke another hole. Oh, this one is way lower than the other one. Oh my gosh. Wait just a sec. Oh, it's cool, but I need to adjust this just a little. Yes, okay, and then this closes like this. This one is really loose, I don't know, perhaps I can squeeze that a little tighter. I don't know if I can do that. Oh, it stayed pretty much that loose, but that's okay. If it's closed, it's closed. And there you have it. Okay, cool. See, that is pretty much so cool. Love it. This is gonna hang a little when you lift this, but I think it will do. Otherwise, I need to make something that this holds it down. How people do that? I believe they do that with some string, with a piece of ribbon. I never did that before. I don't know if it's needed, but I think it will help the hinges. But I never did it. To hold this down, it means that I need to. Shall I test that out? I never did that. Guys, I never did it. Alright, so this is the lid for here. So this one is not heavy, so that's cool. You don't have to. You can, but I don't think that it's needed. I don't think it's needed. I think this holds it nicely. But for this one, this is pretty heavy. What do you say? Does it need something? I would love to test that out because I never did that, but first I am going to attach those other closures. Alright guys, yeah, I don't need to film that other piece. You know now how I attach these ones, so it's exactly the same with these. This one I'm not gonna measure because I want this to be equal with that one, so I am just gonna put that on the right spot. And the same thing with this one. Use a little chipboard and a little glue. Same thing on these ones. Alright, so I come back when this is all ready. So I'm just gonna put these nicely under this one. Alright? Yep. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do without you. I'm still wondering why I'm not gonna be able to squeeze that a little tighter. But let's try it. Alright, so I will see you in just a sec when I have my next closures on. Alright, good luck. Good luck, ladies. Alright, guys. And then it looks like this. So cool. Yeah. Alright, so these are on. So the closures and the hinges are on. So, oh my gosh. Yeah. It's finally coming all together. And yeah, what next? I do like to see how that works with this one, with the ribbon. I never did that before, so I actually do want to see if I can make that happen. So I am gonna grab my ribbons and see how I come with that. Alright?